Hi, everybody, and welcome to this live podcast. Well, this is on the move. Well, today, what I'm going to talk about very interesting subject, right? It's why is it that nowadays we get more and more naughty kids, but especially the boys, naughty, very naughty kids, to the point where they'll either say they've got something wrong with them, or they've got ADHD, or they've got autism. That's the cheapest one. But I've noticed that this phenomenon is getting a bit out of control. What is it? What is the key? Today I had a conversation with a lady, and she had boys. I think she had 3 boys. 3. So that's very interesting. They're grown up now, The youngest one's probably about 21 or 22. And she said something interesting. She was saying like it's got something to do with women being too soft. That's what she said. She said women being too soft. I believe that one of the main issue here is that, from my experience, a lot of women get confused between tough rules or discipline and love. So somehow they believe that tough discipline comes in opposition to love, or destroys love. So the love that they might have for the child and stuff. But what they don't know or realize is that these children are very smart and clever. So they can read the behavior. They know where the good cop is, they know where the bad cop is. Here's the thing. How powerful it is. A strange man can just walk into a house and the behavior of the boy or the child changes immediately. Is that magic? There must be some silent kind of communication, like invisible communication that happens there. And this shows you 2 things. One, how clever the child is, how he can read and understand and process the danger or the change in momentum or situation. But also them being able to identify a male influence and just bowing down. Now, a lot of these situations happen with single women raising children alone and having very little male interaction or male input, adult male input into that. So we end up with children that are literally spoiled, and they start very young. The other one is the abundance of electronics, or the abuse of electronics by parents and subsequently children. So the children, they get introduced to electronics. They get introduced to electronic either by TV, by whatever, friends, family, wherever they go around, they see other kids with electronics. and they want electronics too. Some parents do use electronics for babysitting purposes, and that represents a very big factor in making these kids become robots. So the children will start adopting like a robotic behavior. There are some children today that the parent couldn't take the tablet away from them, and they're not even old. They are 2 years old, 2 years old, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, parent can't take the tablet. It's gonna be mayhem. They're gonna throw themselves to the floor. If the tablet doesn't work, they're gonna smash the damn tablet. Yeah, it can't be that bad. To the point where if you come across these women, you actually feel sorry for them. But should you feel sorry for them? Should you? That is the question. Because this is self-made disaster. This is like a self-inflicted wound. This is a fabricated situation. So how do you resolve these issues? Well, I think girls are better. However, they can turn nasty when they get older. The boys, they start high, like they're just like machines. They never lack energy, and somebody needs to calm them down. Say, stop. Now you can do this, you can do that, but stop. Knowing where to stop, and they know exactly where to stop. But if they're not being told, and the parents are not consistent with the discipline, or consistent with certain behavior or actions, then the children will just auto-regulate themselves. So they will auto-regulate themselves, and you will get what you get. It's like kids. When they come to this planet, they don't know food. They don't know what is food. They don't know that. We have to introduce every piece of food to them. So it's sometimes funny when you go to a place, or you get to a house, or you see a parent, usually a woman again, a mother, saying that, oh, my child doesn't like salad. How does he like fish? No, my child doesn't like fish. How does he like ice cream? Well, you introduced ice cream to him. You gave it to him. That's how he discovered ice cream. So he wasn't born with an ice cream in his hand. So it's the same way that you introduce ice cream, you can introduce fruits, vegetables. You can introduce healthy food. But if the parents themselves are not keen on eating those healthy food, it is just a matter of what? Natural, nature taking care of itself. So if the parent themselves don't eat those foods, the child's not going to eat them, of course, because the child will never see them. So it's down to the parents how they choose to raise their children, but being firm and holding the lines. If dinner time is, 5 o'clock, it's got to be 5 o'clock. If dinner time is 5 o'clock, there's no tablet, there's no electronics. You take the electronics away and get the children to focus on what is in front of them, that is the food. So they have to eat the food. But you'll see situations where children have the food on one side in front of them, but then they also have the tablet in front of them. Well, so they're using both. They're pretending to be like multitasking. Why should they be multitasking with food when it's time to eat food? You see, these children nowadays, they don't know how to turn a light off. They don't know how to flush their poo. They don't know how to wee. Some kids will actually wee themselves up. They will wee on themselves because they don't have the time. They believe they don't have the time to go to the toilet. So they will wee themselves. Well, because the electronics has taken their mind away. The electronics is controlling them. Those electronics that the parents or the mother has introduced to them. And that is the sad reality of life. So you guys tell me what you think there. I see a lot of young women, honestly, raising boys alone. It's a disaster. Disaster. They're having a nightmare. They're having a bad time. It's mayhem. Mayhem. Honestly, mayhem. Please do whatever you can. Bring the baby daddy back. Do whatever you can. Bring him back. Or at least bring a man, a good man, into that house. And stop this nonsense. Stop the nonsense. You cannot do it. If you cannot do it, then do something about it. You cannot do it, let a man come do it. However, the situation where a woman will bring a man in and they will try and tie the man's hands. They say, you can't do this, you can't do that, that's too harsh, that's too strict. No, you're too strict with him, you're too harsh with him, you're too... There are situations where mothers actually behave like that. They scare the man not to take action. They scare him so that he doesn't take action. And they just continue. The man is just there like an accessory. He's just there like, you know, he's just there like a clown. He's just there like a clown. Just the woman is still controlling the situation. Oh, you can't do this, you know, the children, you know, you have a social service, you know, all the police, oh, you know, the school with the women. Those women will scare the hell out of you for no reason. Nowhere it says that you can't beat a child. It doesn't say that anywhere. However, if you beat a child and he ends up with injuries, then you're having a problem. You're having a big problem. You can discipline a child, you can smack a child. Nowhere it says you cannot. So it's up to the parents how they want to enforce their, you know, discipline, how they want to conduct their business with their children. But ultimately, you have to remember that those kids, whether they're 2 years old or 1 year old, are very, very clever individuals, and they know what they want. They know how to get it. They can, well, they can just about manage to stay out of trouble. Even in the nurseries, the reports start there in nurseries. The nurseries start complaining. That's where it starts. When the kids go there, who they find there? They find all the women, because they're used to these women at home that they control. So they find all the women there that they think they can control, and then problems start. Those women are different, so they start reporting them, saying, oh, we think there's something wrong with this kid. Oh, we think, you know, this kid has got autism. Oh, calling the parents, meeting after meetings, because the child is wild. The child is wild, and they don't understand it. So they don't know how to categorize it. Girls, boys, men and women, tell me what you think about this one. Leave in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe.